Hi everybody, welcome for another video. I know I did a Techo Kaigi back in October, towards the end of October. Well, November and December happened, and well, as that usually happens, things with our intentions for our personal planning system change. I had lots of stuff that I had set up, and as I was getting through with this year and looking forward to next year, it just felt like it was going to be a bit too much with what I had planned. So let me get these things out of the way and we'll talk about them one at a time. But first, we're gonna start with this little pretty. This is my Traveler's Factory camel that I got back in, I wanna say 2016, when they re-released them, and I've gotten ink on it and it has scratches, and it has been used quite a bit. And it's, other than my brown Traveler's Notebook, this is the one that I've used the most. And let's just look at what I've used in it. These are covers I designed myself, some of my own stickers, and this is my Planning with John Patreon calendar. It's got, of course I didn't even do that stuff that month. I was in a planner funk November and December, let's just put it at that. But it has a month on 2 pages and then 2 pages of dot grid where I track spending, bills, I track music that I'm performing that month. Sometimes stickers. Oh, the 24th, Russia invaded the Ukraine. And a sticker. You can see music, spending. And I used these are the Traveler's Company tabs that I'd had for years and I never used them. I'm not much of a tab person, so I'm probably not going to use them again. But I had a monthly calendar, and then this is another one of the covers I designed for my Patreon, and another one of the inserts. I devised these into 4 months. So there's like a January, February, March, April. There's a May, June, July, August, and then a September, October, November, December. And this is the last one. And I planned in these all year round. And like, it's a washi tape that I made. Some of my own stickers, my own washi, a Post-it note that I designed, a printable, some washi tape I bought. And so I used this. I used it to track my Draw a Pumpkin a Day challenge. I used this planner quite a bit, as you can see. Now there's a lot less stuff in here than normally would be, because I had a setup like this for my Planning with John stuff. Here we are in November. I made a bunch of stickers of watercolored leaves and pumpkins. And I always use a tracker, habit tracker. Here we are, the first week of December. Some more of my stickers for Patreon. And as the year went on, I decorated a little bit less and less. This week I kind of went full out with washi and stickers of mine. Here we are this week, the last week, And then there's 4 pages of dot grid at the end, and I have some post-it notes in case I need them and I've used them. Then I have a zipper pouch. And then I have one of my grid inserts where I've just designed. That was something I designed, and it got made. I had to think about it. So I've got this for notes, some extra elastic in there, these for roof, there we go, and a writing board. So like this has been pretty much my planning system. Sorry, I was crafting, and I've got glue residual stuff. So I've been using a planning system like this for years, since I got into Traveler's Notebooks in 2013, I want to say. If you have a cup of coffee, take a sip. So I've been thinking a lot about my planning system. I'm gonna grab a few things that I have here. So this is just my personal planner. I had been using various things, but most of the year I used this Nano from Chic Sparrow. When I got this, it was called Mr. Darcy Leather, and it was the buttered rum. And then it has been used so much that it is, it looks like toffee, which I have no idea what they call it now. It's like Jane Austen leather, a certain name, and I don't know, whatever. But I've been using that as a wallet. And then I got field notes, and then I got something from Slimbo. And actually, let me get those out. I placed an order for this. It's a Slimbo notebook. I'll link them down below. And it's basically a wallet and a notebook. And the one that I got came with this notebook here. And I had ordered this and then a little 3-pack of these called the Gamer. And the reason I did is it reminded me of the original handheld Nintendo, which I never had as a kid, but I always wanted one. And so I thought, okay, well, that way I'll get to have one because it's roughly the same size. And you'll notice the shape, it will slip into your pocket. Well, I did a video for YouTube, I'll link it down below, unboxing this. And they're having a sale, and I ordered some more grid paper, or the graph paper as they call it. And the reason is because of the shape. Yes, I can make inserts this size, but I can't do that. So I ordered pretty much a year's worth. There's 3, 6, 9, 12. If I use one a month, that's a year's worth. Now I do have a couple more of these, and I have, you saw those 3 that have the Game Boy on it, and one that has the splotches, and I've got I think one more pack of these with some of my passport inserts. But so I placed this order, and that's all I was expecting to come. But he included this little box, and this little box had in this. It's the same design as that one that's made from the Triftech material. It's a like a vegan, kind of like that material that they make those postal pouches that you can get at the post office to put your express or priority mailing in. It kind of reminds me of that, or the Craftex. But this one is a brown, sort of a camel-y colored leather. And it says Slimbo Notebook. And it's the exact same design, the 2 card pockets where I keep my IDs and stuff, but I've just got these washi cards in there. I keep cash and some other important papers down there, like insurance and stuff. And then I have a grid notebook. So this is going to be my on-the-go wallet planner. I printed my passport calendar onto sticker paper and put it in here. So that way I could keep track of January and kind of use this like a bullet journal. I'm gonna take a sip because I'm still not over my cold. So this is gonna be my on-the-go planner where I keep track of, you know, my personal schedule and all of that. Oh, and I wanna show you something that came. Look at that, it's a little Seamus. It's a Seamus sticker. These are a reward for the top male tier on my Patreon for the month of January. You'll get this, a Planning with John vinyl sticker, and then a postcard. So I'm really looking forward to seeing people use those and for me to use them as well. So this is gonna be my personal planner, and I didn't purchase this. He sent it as a gift for my YouTube video, which I was totally not expecting, but I'm loving it, and I'm gonna keep using this for the year. My intention is to use this for the year and to see, you know, what I think about the size of the notebook. The grid is a little bit bigger than I normally use, but you know, the notebook is a little bit bigger than a passport, but not quite as big as a field notes. It's a little bit shorter, but a little bit wider. Yeah, so that is gonna be my personal wallet. And something I'm gonna, and this is, everything is going month by month. I'm not gonna be holding myself to, well, this is the planner I bought, I'm using it all year. I might do that like I have in the past, or I might switch, and that's quite all right, it's okay. So this is my Pan Am, one of my Pan Ams. And this I'm gonna be using to keep track of like work schedule, teaching schedule, and I'm even gonna put Planning with John stuff in here because last year I had a traveler's notebook for Planning with John and a traveler's notebook for you know, my personal stuff, and they both kind of got used, kind of not got used. And what I've decided is there's an easier way for me to track things, and I need to discover that. Like I was using last year, I was using a traveler's notebook. This is my original brown. And I was using a monthly calendar, and in it I was keeping track of, you know, like when content went up for Patreon and when it went up for YouTube. Oh, that was a busy month. But as you can see, like my patrons get, you know, quite a bit. They get a lot more towards the beginning of the month because that's when like digital downloads and all of that stuff go live. And then, you know, it's videos, weekly updates, and some, you know, special things. And I decorated each month. But then as the months went on, my schedule got busier and busier and busier, and so I just, you know, did the basic, except November looked really pretty with that washi tape. So, and then I was using a weekly calendar to keep track of what I was doing. And I think there's a way where I can use this. Like here's a bunch of my stickers that I created. That's a Florence sticker. Some of my stickers. A washi tape I created. Another washi tape I created. So, and then you'll see back here a dot grid insert that I created. for notes and stuff like that. So I felt there was a lot of duplication that I don't think was necessary. So what I'm gonna do is, I haven't decided on colors yet, but I'm gonna have a dot marker, a zig dot marker for when a video goes live for Patreon, and a different color when it goes live for YouTube, and then write everything in here in pen. And this is my monthly calendar from Patreon, and I printed it on Tomoe River paper just so it could take up less space, and I can keep track of bills and other things on these 2 pages. But I have the whole year, and I haven't filled anything out yet, but I'm thinking my pen of choice will be the Pentel Energel, or where did I put it? I think it's in here. See, look at all of these Seamuses. It'll be a Pentel Energel, or this uni pen that I got from a friend on Instagram, because we can't get these in Oklahoma. We have to Uniball 1, that's what it is. We have to order them from Jet Pens or some other place. And I'm really liking the pen, and I don't want the ink to run out, so I haven't really been using it that much, but I've used a lot of it, actually, you can see. So it's going to be one of these 2 pens. This one has a blue-black ink in it. This has a black ink in it. So we'll see. But I also have in it the Pan Am zipper pouch. And then I also have the weekly calendar, which I did start to write in because it has this week. And this is just a piece of mixed media paper that I'm using as a blotting sheet because it's Tomoe River paper. But I really think this Pentel Energel, and I think it's a 05, really works the best on this Tomoe River paper. And so it's just a week on a page with dots. Then I have a Traveler's Factory folder with sticker and washi tape and some of these that I'm going to use. And then I got a Pan Am insert with some grid paper, which I've taken apart, and I will just replace and kind of use this as a cover for it. And then my writing board. So this is going to be what I use for my personal planning and also for planning with John. I just haven't really written much in it because I'm not sure exactly how I want to do that. So wallet, personal planner, at-home planner, and then my patrons know this, that I've started a sketchbook. There's a long story behind this sketchbook. It came as a pack of 2. The listing on Amazon did not have this, and it was kind of written to kind of look like it was a Strathmore sketchbook because this is kind of what they look like. It's 8.5 by 11, or 8.5 by 5.5, so half of a piece of letter paper. And it's not the best paper, but this is just a sketchbook. And I need to work on my art foundation, which is my sketching. And so I've started, I want to say on the 22nd, yes, that I'm going to be sketching every day. I might go over them with pen, like a fine liner. I might not. Oh, there's that bear again. I thought he was cute. And I have 2 of these, and I think there's like 30 30 sheets of paper, so a total of 60. So I can get, if I draw every day at least one page, I can get maybe 2 months in here. And because the paper isn't the best quality, I'm not really concerned with it, if that makes sense. And so I'm just gonna use pencil, maybe use marker, use pen, you know, just see what we have going. But I'm gonna have 2 little pouches with me. This one, which will have like the pens that I write with. Actually, this needs to come out of there. And I've got like erasers and a fountain pen and all of that type of stuff. And then these will go in there as well. And then this one has my pencils of choice right now. These are Faber-Castell Gold Farber. Like that's an HB, that's a 6B, 4B, HB, 2B, 2H, 6B. And I have just a white gummy eraser and a Bostitch Twist and Sharp. And then the eraser, or the pencil sharpener that came with the Faber-Castell pencils. Just in case something happens to one of them, I have another. And I want to include a Write-Tech fine liner in there. So this is going to be my planning system for the first month of the year. My wallet on the go, my kind of more in-depth planner, and then my sketchbook. And that's where I'm starting this year. I'm taking it 1 month at a time and just seeing how things work. And I'm not going to get upset if I have to change something in my planning system. That's okay. Nothing needs to be set in stone. I think we get this idea in our mind that, you know, once I get the perfect planning system, it's never going to change. Well, my planning system has kind of been the same for a number of years. The only thing that's changed is the size or the cover, and even my planning system really isn't changing. I might go out of here into one of my cork covers in later this year, but I'm also not going to, get upset that that happens. I like the idea of changing the cover. I think we sometimes, get this, oh, I failed. My planning system didn't last me all year. That's okay. Things sometimes have to evolve and change with the changes that are going on in our life. And I think that's what I realized this last month, like the end of November, December, when my life drastically changed. There'll be a video about it, but drastically changed for a month. Number one, my schedule was busier than it had been in the last 2 years, in the month of December, and reasons. So, and so my planning system had to change, and I'm liking this lighter. No, it's not one book like One Book July, but I don't want to have my planner, my wallet, my sketchbook all in one place. I like having a sketchbook be just a sketchbook. I like having a wallet with a list, sort of a on-the-go, month at a glance. And then I like having like everything that would be at home in one place. All serving a purpose that each other doesn't do. This isn't a sketchbook. This is a sketchbook. This isn't a wallet. This is a wallet. So that's where I am as I'm preparing to begin the new year. I'm also in the creation of like a new home planner, just to keep track of the husband's work schedule, my work schedule, and like things that take place around the house that I don't want to carry around with me or don't need to be in here. when all of that gets kind of settled and finalized, I'll show you that. I'll have a separate video on it because I'm really excited about it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It also will bring up a little bit of nostalgia for those of us that are, you know, Gen Xers. Yeah, anyways, I'll just leave it at that. So I hope you enjoyed my little 2023 video for like my refresh of my planning system. I hope you have a happy New Year's Eve, a safe New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and I will see you next in the new year. Bye.